Now, a lot of people are saying these things are Mexican wolves. However, we have a problem there in Cuero, where a lot of these animals have been found at, especially the one that Phyllis Canyon has stuffed. That was not in the range of the Mexican wolf. As last count, there's only about 50 Mexican wolves in existence. I actually went over and saw the program that's in the Sonora Desert Museum at their zoo there, that they reintroduced the Mexican wolves back into an environment similar to what they come from, but they haven't released all of them back into the environment itself, so they kept some in this museum. And I went and I actually photographed some of those, and I'll try to get them, post some of those in here on this video maybe now. That's over 1,000 miles away. Actually, that's 1,400 miles away from Cuero. Around 1,400 miles away from Cuero. So these animals, if they did release some of them back in the wild, they only released a few. The Mexican wolf wasn't found in that part of the state of Texas, and the Texas gray wolf, which is the was once known across that part of the state, was last shot in 1942. So that eliminates both the Mexican wolf and the Texas gray wolf. Then another subspecies, like the buffalo wolf, once followed the bison herds across the state plains, across central and southern Texas. That was shot in 1926. So we can eliminate it's not a wolf, basically, or if it is, it's probably a genetic throwback now, if it is a wolf, or any kind of wolf hybrid, because there's not supposed to be any kind of wolves in that area. Now, they say that they know that the buffalo wolf still does exist, but it's no longer known to be in Texas. The Mexican wolf is on shaky grounds. Last two specimens of the Mexican wolf was shot in 1970. And they're going and killing these animals. Smart thinking. But anyhow, the American and Mexican governments later on took the last 5 wild Mexican wolves that were captured in 1980 and used to start a breeding project. That's the one I was telling you about in Arizona. There were 100 that were liberated in southern Arizona, but only about 50 were left, 42. So we're over 1,000 miles still to Cuero. It's a long ways for them to hike. There's only 42 of them left. Come on, that's not making any sense. Another thing is the pouch that's on the back. They have a pouch that's on the back of them, so that's unusual. They're not supposed to have a pouch like that.
Yeah. He did a 7-day, 14-day PTSD. Mm-hmm.
And they say that the males are the ones that have the pouches. So you can look at the back of these things. They'll be naked of hair, no hair, blue skin, and they'll have like a little pouch on the back, plus a little protrusion coming from the back of their head with a hunched back.
Where I can figure out when my medicine is reacting badly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a pretty bad one, no doubt.
They trained me to be a combat medic.
Oh, sacks on the back.
When I got back to the States, I couldn't get a job.
Jacked up back legs. That's a Texas blue dog. Now, a mangy coyote or mangy dog will have a flat back. They won't have the protrusion on the back of their head. They won't have the pockets or the little sacks on the back of on their hind quarters. That's one way to identify these. Now, there are a lot of these that's been found across the U.S. were mangy animals, and foreign countries were mangy animals. But the ones here that we're finding in Texas and Cuero and Ellinger and other places, a little bit different story. So we're thinking we have a new species that's coming up from evolution. There's evolution probably caused by man through pollutants that's causing these things to evolve.